I'm glad to see you have a job. Lots of our old neighbors have been reduced to begging. If I were in your shoes, I'd get the hell out of here. There's some disease spreading.
Disease?
Folk are saying it's the plague. Whatever it is, it's bad. It started the day after the raid. First the horses got sick, then other animals, and now people are falling ill too.
Oh, damn! About this sickness. When did this plague start?
The day after the raid. The horses were lying down in the stable, so we knew something was up. By afternoon, they were all dead. Then other animals started getting sick, one after the other, and then people.
What are the signs that someone's getting sick?
I don't leave the house much, but folk complain of fever and shakes. Some are throwing their guts up, and others are spewing from the other end.
Has anyone died from it?
Aye, old Verba. Although he was already on his last legs, so no one knows for sure if it was the plague that got him. Either way, the animals are dropping like flies, and people will end up the same for sure.
Who's ill now?
I don't know. What with my arm the way it is, I don't go outdoors much. But I know Melachar and Straw have sick ones at home.
Can I ask you a bit about Merhoyed?
I haven't been here long enough to learn much, but ask away.
What's Melachar like?
The locals look up to him. Smill used to be in charge here, but he was killed in Neuhof.
I know.
Sir Hanush hasn't had time to appoint a new vassal, and folk need someone to speak for them, so they picked Melachar.
Since when do subjects govern a village in place of the lord?
What can we do? If it weren't for Melachar, those bandits would have torched the place to the ground.
Where does Melachar live?
When you take the main gate out of the stables, you'll see 2 cottages outside. Melachar lives in the left-hand one.
Are you all right?
Well, at least I haven't caught the sickness.
But you've been hurt.
It happened during the raid. One of those damn bandits fell on me, horse and all. My arm's badly broken, but better than a broken neck.
Tell me about the raid.
What do you want to know?
I hear one of the raiders was taken captive. I'd like to question him.
Aye, old Melachar let him have it over the head with a flail, and now he's locked up in the barn. But be careful.
What?
That fucker killed young Straw, and his old man's sharpening his sickle for him. Melachar still hasn't decided what to do with him.
I can tell you what he'll do with him. He'll hand him over to Sir Radzig's envoy. Me.
I doubt Melachar will let him go willingly. The folk here are baying for blood. Lives have been lost. First the raid, and now this plague.
Can you describe the raiders?
I don't know. They came at dusk, so you couldn't see their faces. About 20 of them. They weren't humans, though. They spoke Czech.
You talked to them?
No. They were shouting at us. They were very sure of themselves to begin with, but when...
I know you've got courage enough for any man, but how did a bunch of
One of the village lads caught sight of them coming through the woods and told Melachar, who roused the whole village, and everyone grabbed what they could. Pitchforks, axes, flails, and we went out to face...
What? You mounted an assault against them?
Aye, and that was the key. It was the last thing those whoresons expected. A few of them still managed to break through to the village, probably wanted to torch it. But even the women here were armed with what they could find, and they took the bastards by surprise.
What's happened? Plague? Where will I find Melichar?
If you stand at the main gate of the stables and look across the road, Melichar's is the house on the left.
Thanks.
Farewell.
No, God. No, let me sleep.
Are you Melikar?
Aye, that's me.
I need to speak with the prisoner.
And why is that? Who might you?
Henry, envoy of Sir Radzig Kobyla. I'm here to investigate the attack.
I'm sorry. I have other things on my mind right now. In case you hadn't noticed, we have pestilence raging here. And Sir Radzig won't help us with that, any more than he helped us when we were attacked.
No news has reached Ratai of any disease here. But I'm here now, and I can help you.
Well, since you serve Sir Radzig, you might be of some use. If anyone can be.
Tell me what to do.
There's a stable hand living with us here, Matthias.
Yes, I know him.
And he knows some girl who helps out in the monastery infirmary. Johanka, I think her name is. She might know someone to turn to, if she's actually there.
It might have crossed your mind to send someone there sooner.
People are barely venturing outside their own homes. And besides, you're the envoy of...
Very well. I'll go to the monastery. It's probably our best hope.
Thank you. At least for taking the trouble. But then, even if you cared nothing for us, the prisoner's got the pestilence too. He'll die without help.
If I have to go to the monastery, I need to know as much as possible about the disease. I'll definitely need to know its symptoms. They're bound to ask me that.
It's hard to say. My wife is feverish. Others have the chills. I heard some are throwing up. Others still are breaking out in sores. But why don't you see for yourself? People talk a lot and I don't know what to believe anymore.
Very well. I'll make the rounds.
I've daubed lime on the afflicted houses. But don't stay too long in those homes.
That I can promise you.
Good luck to you.
Brother, dearest brother.
No, I'm not your brother.
Then go away.
May the Lord watch over you.
Brother,
Yes, it's me.
everyone is nearly here. We need to get to Skalitz for the fair.
Tell me, brother, how are you feeling?
Wait, you're not my brother? You're one of those brutes. Brother, lock the door. They're back again, please.
Brother, don't you recognize me? It's me. I'm your brother.
Yes. Yes. I'm thirsty. Terrible.
May the Lord watch over you.
This boy dead or something?
What? No, go away. Oh, go away. Leave me alone.
It looks like he's sick too. I'll have to try and keep him alive.
Mama.
Stop!
Jesus, he's sick too. I'll have to try and keep him alive.
Oh my god.
Blood will be spilt. I'll fight you, you car. You can't hide from me. I'll slaughter you. Fuck! You call that combat? I'll let stop and die! Yeah. Yeah.
Everything here is fine?
What will happen to my family?
Yeah! 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 Yeah!
God.
Can I
Hi. For how long?
just...
No problem. May the Lord watch over you.
Wait here. Yeah! 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 He's...
For the love of God! What have you been doing?
Tell me more about... I don't know if you've heard about it, but Merhoyed was attacked.
Oh God! How is Matthias?
Wounded in the arm. He's being brave about it, but his injury looks bad.
I need to see him.
Before you go, there's something else.
What?
Some kind of disease has taken hold in Merhoyed. Their livestock has died off, and now the people are coming down with it too. I thought maybe someone here might know what to do.
Merciful heavens. How awful. It's a good thing you've come here. If there's any hope, this is the place to find it. You need Brother Nicodemus, the monastery physician. He may know how to deal with it.
Very well. I'll try to find him.
Come back when you know more.
Thank you, Johanka.
Goodbye.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Some kind of disease has taken hold in Merhoyed. Johanka said that you might be able to advise.
A disease, you say? How intriguing.
Yes, it's very interesting, but can you help these people?
I can't say at this point. I need to find out a little more. Tell me, has the whole village come down with it?
I expect so, or why would they be so fearful about it?
Merhoyed? Isn't there a stud farm there? And what of the animals? Did they get infected too?
Yes, there's a stud farm. And they've all died off. The horses, the cattle, chickens, and now it's got to the people.
That is most intriguing. What are we to do about it? Do you know the symptoms?
Yes, more or less.
Excellent. I have several extensive volumes here in the library. Describe the epidemic, including the symptoms, and we could take some guidance there. Can you read?
Yes, I can.
Excellent. So follow me to the scriptorium.
So, where shall we start?
Evidently there's something amiss in the digestive tract.
In the what?
The digestive tract, Henry.
Right.
The trouble lies between the mouth and the arsehole.
Uh-huh. Sure. Just so.
We can rule nothing out at this stage. You look in the Breviarum de Sickness Causa. It's a renowned manuscript from Salerno, written by one Johann of St. Paul.
But I don't know Latin.
Fortunately for you, our brother librarian is translating these momentous medical works into the common tongue, so you can still be of use. Study the breviary carefully and compare the symptoms with the recorded cases. That will guide us. I'll try the proven classics, Avicenna and his Canon Medicinae, and Galen's magnum opus, the Ars Medicinalis.
May the Lord watch over you.
The Ars Medican something. Now where's the library?
I'm honored that a knight such as you takes an interest in me.
Whose house is this?
It's our local custodians, the most esteemed Sir Sebastian, Baron von Berg.
What does the custodian do?
Well...
But
in fact...
You don't seem to think very much of him.
Well, of course I do. A man with a nose so stuck...
I'm much obliged. You look bored.
Beyond tears.
How can you be bored here in Sasau, in such a holy place, filled with knowledge?
Don't even talk to me about it. They won't let you touch the book. Me! Like some kind of thief. What good is the whole blasted monastery if I can't even do that?
Well, they say there's not much left of poor Procopius.
What's that got to do with anything?
I'm not blaming you. It's just that only monks have access to the reliquary in the crypt. Folk were even taking relics away from St. Procopius' cave for protection before. Now no one's allowed in there.
I know. but I'd never dream of doing that. I just wanted to touch them for luck.
Maybe I could help you.
How? You're not planning some mischief, are you?
No, not at all. I was going to bring you something from the cave under the monastery where he spent his time. You can get in there, you could touch it for luck, and then I'd return it.
Well, now.
Of course.
Then I'd be very grateful to you. Take care now.
Good day. What's happened?
Take care now.
Yeah.
Can I take a look inside the monastery?
What's got into you, boy? The grounds inside the monastery, but may the Lord watch over you.
Ja,
Someone there. Probably some
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Could it be? No, probably not.
Hey, who's that? Hey, who's that?
Yeah.
Make it stop.
Good health to you.
I need to talk to that captive.
Sorry, no one's allowed inside.
But I'm Sir Radzig Cobbler's envoy, and I urgently need to question the captive.
I don't care if you're the Pope. If you want to talk to the captive, you have to get permission from Melikar. May the Lord watch over you.
I need...
Ewan. May the Lord watch over you.
Lord, what are you punishing me for? Go away, leave me alone.
Can you hear? Something you're looking for?
Brother, is that you?
Yes, yes. Wait a while. I'll be back.
Hey, who's there?
Hey, is someone there?
Hey, who's there?
What?
Jesus!
Do something! My God! Over there!
Don't move a finger.
Do something!
Surrender.
Do something! My God!
Who the hell do you think you are? Didn't I tell you you've no business here? Well, you won't forget this in a hurry, because it'll take a nice...
Oh, come on.
What of it? The law applies...
All right, here you are.
You've purged yourself before the law, but I'll be keeping an eye on you.
For God's sake! There! Over there!
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Sweet Mary, Mother.
Shut off.
No more suffering. Jesus, lad, what are you...
I'm here because of it. The monastery sent me to help.
God bless you, boy.
I need to know exactly what...
Oh, I see. Well, I have a dreadful fever. My wife, too. I recall almost nothing of yesterday.
Is there anything else? Apart from the fever?
Well, forgive me for saying so. The shit just pours out of me. I can't keep anything in. I'm completely worn out. My wife's the same.
You have my thanks. I'll try to bring help.
Wait a minute, will you? I have one favor to ask.
So tell me.
I need to write my will. Can you write?
I might manage that.
Excellent. So get writing. I, Vincent, son of Vincent, grandson of Vincent of Merhoyed, do bequeath my estate and all my worldly goods to my wife Wilma. If my wife were to pass away with me, I bequeath all to my cousin Dobesh, at this time the cobbler in Janovitz. In no event shall my prodigal son Elia, the layabout and good-for-nothing, inherit a single groschen, all customs and traditions aside.
Should I write that too?
Yes, and then write, the executor of my last will is to be my good friend, Father Fabian, presently the parish priest at the Church of St. Martin in Sasso.
Please end this.
Anything else?
Please.
This will was written down by... What is your name?
Henry. Presently in fealty to Sir Radzig Kobyla.
Well, I never. That will add some weight. Here, take my ring, so Fabian will know it to be truly from me. You can never be sure nowadays.
Your son Elijah. What did he do to you?
Sweet Mother of God.
Christ almighty! Trying to interfere, are you? What did he do? Everything. He was to be married, and instead he ransacked the house and ran off. The little fucker. Last we heard he was some jackhand in Sasso. Boozing, playing dice, lying and cheating for a living. Such a disgrace.
Yeah, can he?
Where can I find Father Fabian?
Well, where do you think? In St. Martin's Church, of course.
All right, I'll head off then.
Yes. Go now. Go before you catch the disease. Then where will we be?
Christ almighty.
How are you?
You're from Melikar's farm?
Yes.
I need to talk to the captive.
Oh, no, no. Melikar forbade me to let anyone near him.
You don't have to let me in. You might just forget to lock the door.
Why would I forget to lock the door?
Well, you might find some groschen lying on the ground. That can make a person forget things.
Oh, I see. And how many groschen might be lying on the ground?
What about this?
That's a poor offer. It'll stay just between the two of us.
You can be sure of it.
All right, then. Goodbye.
You're not allowed inside. Good day to you.
I need to talk to that...
Sorry.
I urgently need to question that prisoner. People's lives depend on it.
So does mine. If you want to talk to the captive, you have to get permission from Melikar. Farewell.
What? Have you come for my wife? You're out of luck. I'm old Straw, don't you know? Straw! You've taken my son. But you shan't take my wife, you bastard.
I've come to help your wife.
To help her over to the other side. Isn't that God's own truth?
I don't have time to explain everything to you. I need to...
So you don't have the time? Come here, you fucker. Pradele!
Thief!
Don't move a finger!
Surrender!
Are you?
You're under arrest for breaking the law.
You were seen thieving. You should have thought twice about what you're doing. That will land you a fat...
All right, that...
Fever. Just like Melchar's wife.
Leave me be, all of you. Don't speak to me.
Pitch up the white horse. And my chestnut one.
Who are you? Can't you see we have the...
My name is Henry. I'm going to the monastery to get help.
It's long past time. The Lord's already taken my poor Anthony. And what do you want from me?
I need to know how the illness afflicted your...
Yes, I'll tell you everything. But first help me bury my husband. I'm too weak.
Of course I'll help you.
Thank you.
I understand.
Thank you. When you're ready, come back. I'll say goodbye for now.
Jesus Christ. May the Lord watch over you.
Such a senseless waste.
It's done.
Thank you. Now please take him there.
Will you please tell me about his illness?
Certainly. My husband had the fever all over.
Anything else?
He had great pains in his belly. He said it felt like he'd been stuffed with rocks. He was writhing all night through. It must have hurt terribly.
Thank you.
almighty! Can't you see there's people here? That horse of yours nearly trampled me to death. Yow!
Salon, long.
Everything here is fine?
For love.
I don't know if you've heard about it, but Merho...
Oh, God.
Wounded in the arm. Before you go, there's something else.
What?
Some kind of disease has taken hold in... I thought maybe someone here might know what to do.
Merciful heavens. How awful. He may know how to deal with it.
Very well. I'll...
Come back when you...
Thank you, Johan.
Good luck, then.
Some kind of disease has taken hold in Merhoyed. Johanka said that you might be able to advise.
A disease, you said?
Intriguing? It's terrifying.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound uncaring.
All right. The important thing is whether you can help us.
I can't say at this point. I need... Tell me, has the whole...
I expect so, or why would they be so fearful about it?
Merhoyed?
Yes, there's a stud farm. And they've all died off. The horses, the cattle, chickens...
That is sorry. Do you know the symptoms? Very well.
There's no time to ride back.
My experience? My experience? That won't help us very much at all. I haven't met with an epidemic yet in my whole...
Well, there you are then.
Someone like...
What? These are strange names, even for a monk.
I speak of the great authors of
Antiquity. Right.
Stay until tomorrow. Perhaps I can come up with something.
Quiet!
Until tomorrow?
Well, the old master's volumes are, but
God be with you. May the Lord watch over you.
What? You've taken my...
Calm down, Straw.
You're telling me to calm down? Why the fuck should I be calm?
Because if you don't calm down, I'll make you regret it.
Oh, now we're talking. Come on then, you bastard! Come on!
Who are you?
My name is Henry.
And what do you want?
I need to know...
Yes, I'll...
Of course.
Thank...
It's done. Will you please?
My husband had...
Thank you. Will you please tell me?
Certainly. My husband had...
Anything else?
He had great...
Thank you.
come right up. It's a feast for your eyes and your stomachs. It's hard to resist. You'll not find better meat anywhere.
Mother.
I'd like...
So what are you interested?
I'm not giving you that. I'd like to make...
Uh-huh. But of course.
I'm not giving you that. Agree?
That's not enough. You won't regret. Goodbye. God bless.
Greeting.
I don't know...
What? No, he may
Sorry.
come.
Thank...
God bless.
Some kind of... Johanka said...
A disease?
Intrigue...
I'm sorry.
All right.
I can't say. Tell me, has...
I expect so. Or what?
Mehoy?
Yes, there's a stud. And they've all died off.
That is most... sorry. Do you know the sim?
Yes, more or less.
Excellent.
Yes, I can.
Excellent. So follow me to the scriptorium.
So, where shall we start?
Evidently there's something amiss in the digestive tract.
In the what?
The the trouble?
Uh-huh.
We can rule nothing.
But I don't know Latin.
Fortunate study. I'll try...
Good luck to you.
Huh? Where did I put that Galen?
I think I have it.
Yes? And what do you make of it?
It's turned out to be the worst. The plague.
Really? That sounds rather unlikely. We shall have to prepare some medicine at once.
I could help with that.
Really?
Yes. I know my way around the alchemistic arts.
An ordinary fellow who knows the arts of physic? Who would have thought it? Excellent. I'll give you the recipe, and you have my permission to make use of the monastery laboratory.
I'll get started right away.
I, meanwhile, shall head straight to, where was it again?
Merhoyed.
Oh, yes, Merhoyed. I'll take Johanka with me. She has no equal in caring for the sick. Once you have the medication ready, hurry after me.
Thank you, Brother Nicodemus. There's one man there who needs your care more urgently than anyone. He's an important witness in the investigation of some murders.
Out of the question. I shall spend time with the sick in order of their medical needs, not your worldly needs.
Farewell.
God, what will happen to my family?
I can't. I just can't.
I can't stay here.
again.
Please, help me. What will happen to my family?
Quiet!
Please, help me. I can't stay here. Please, help me.
Henry. God bless.
You're in. Yeah. Yeah. So, where shall we start? Bye.
God be with you.
Quiet!
Good luck to you.
It's a complete mystery to me.
So, where in the what?
The digestive. The
Uh-huh.
We.
But I don't know Latin.
Fortunate. Study the. I'll try.
Farewell.
think I have it.
Yes?
It's poisoning from tainted water.
Really? That sounds rather unlikely. We shall have to prepare some
I could help with that.
Really?
Yes. I know my way around the alchemistic.
An ordinary...
I'll get started right away.
I mean...
Merhoyed.
Oh, yes.
Thank you, brother. There's one man there who needs your care.
Out of the question.
Thank you.
Farewell.
Please, help me.
Quiet! can't sleep again.
I can't stay here. God, what will happen to my family? Please.
I can't sleep again.
Please. Please.
Quiet!
Please. I can't stay here. I can't stay here.
Johanka said that you might be able to advise.
A disease?
Yeah. Yeah. So, but
Good luck to you.
Can't. I just can't.
Take care now.
Yeah. Merhaba.
Take care now. What the?
I can't stay here. Please, help me.
I can't. I just can't.
What will happen to my family? God, what will happen to my family? I can't stay here.
I can't. I just can't.
Please, help me.
God be with you. Good luck, then.
We found out what could be the cause of the affliction.
And?
You should check where your water's coming from. Nicodemus and I think that it comes down to poisoning.
It'd be hard to poison the spring, but what about the well? Good Lord, that's difficult to believe.
I have my suspicions.
The bastards weren't satisfied with killing young Straw. The fucking bastards! Farewell.
For the love of God!
Tell me more about the situation. All right.
God bless.
Now let's wait and see what happens.
Ugh.
Leave me be, all of you.
So, here I am. How are things looking?
It doesn't look good at all, my boy. Do you have the potion?
Yes, here it is.
I'll take 4 doses, you take the rest, and let's split up. I'll see to the Straw family, while you deal with Melikar's wife and the rest. They wouldn't let me go near that prisoner. They want him to suffer. Despite his terrible crimes, to treat a fellow mortal soul like that.
As far as I'm concerned, let him die if he has to, but not before I've questioned him.
Don't speak that way. He's your fellow man and deserves to be treated as such. Only the Lord has the right to punish. May the Lord watch over you.
Leave me be.
You're back?
Of course.
I don't doubt that, naturally. Did you deliver my will?
Not as yet.
Then be quick about it, please. A man on his deathbed.
Don't worry, I brought a remedy from Sasau. Drink this regularly, you and everyone in the house.
A remedy? You have hands of gold, pure gold, my boy. God bless you.
Good luck to you.
You're back?
Yes, and I have something to make you well.
Good Lord above. Thank you for showing.
Drink this and give it to everyone in the house.
Thank you, Good Samaritan.
Brother.
Yes, the sled. Just you drink this and you'll be fine.
Is this holy water?
It is. Drink some.
Greetings! May the Lord watch over you.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
Who are you?
My name is Henry, and I'm investigating on behalf of Sir Radzig Kobyla.
Oh, I see. You'll have an easy job with me, boy.
How so?
I won't give you any problems.
That's sensible of you.
I'm a sensible man. Only I'd like to get it over quick and not keep the Rattay executioner busy too long, if you catch my drift.
I understand.
What do you want to know?
Everything. First, tell me who's behind all this. Who do you follow?
I follow the coin, lad. We all do.
That's not news to me, but who pays the coin?
I got my pay from Runt, like all the men in Pribyslavitz. And Runt got his money from the chief, and the chief had the coin minted.
Who's the chief? The bandit leader?
Bandit? If he heard you say that, he'd have your head on a spike. That's the kind of man he is. Nobody knows much about him, though. Only that he ain't Czech.
Where's that chief of yours now?
I've no idea. After Pribyslavitz, he ordered us to raid Merhoyed, but he wasn't with us. He went off who knows where. I don't reckon he'll be out of your hair for long.
So the chief is in command of all these operations. How's that?
You ask who's in charge and who... There was all sorts of gangs in Pribyslavitz, big and small. Robber barons who had their own... Men came, men went.
I suppose so.
It was one big muddle. I didn't give a damn who the chief was or what he had in mind.
Uh-huh. So the chief is in command of all...
You could say... I'd say you're looking at it all wrong, though.
How's that?
You ask who's in...
So he's a foreigner? German?
Don't think so. For sure he ain't Czech. And he's got plenty of coin. I'd stake my neck on it. He's got noble blood in his veins.
Judging by how he looks?
More by the way he talks. Any man can dress up like nobility, but he spoke all la-di-da, like a lord.
How did you know about Pribyslavitz? Who took you there?
A fellow by the name of Moorcock. We met near Kuttenberg. I was robbing burghers who were fleeing the town from Sigismund's army. We got to talking and he told me about Pribyslavitz.
Why did you attack Merhoyed?
The chief himself gave us the order. I reckon he wanted to show the local lords he was nowhere near finished.
So he's planning more raids?
The chief's always planning something. Pribyslavitz was only the start.
So you knew the coin was counterfeit?
Course I did. I brought those groschen to Pribyslavitz, along with a few other things.
Did you? And where did the forgeries come from?
Like, where were they made? I don't know. Some merchant by the name of Menhart gave them to me. We used to meet at the charcoal piles near Rovna, by the crossroads there. As it happens, I'm supposed to be meeting him there about now.
So Menhart's waiting there?
Might be, might not. He could have heard what happened in Pribyslavitz and decided not to show.
And does this Menhart know where the coin comes from?
How should I know? To me, he's just another link in the chain. I deal with him, and I never ask who he deals with. Just like he knows nothing about me.
I see.
It'd be a waste of breath. All he did was give me the coin, and then we went our separate ways.
Who else knows about the money?
Apart from the chief, Menhart, Runt and me, there was a few others. The men got some real money too, with the false stuff. It'd be suspicious if they only had freshly minted coin.
You said you used to bring other things. What were they?
Letters. Menhart would give them to me for the chief. This time I was taking an answer back to Menhart too.
Have you still got that letter?
Aye. The yokels round here ain't got much interest in correspondence, apparently.
Give it to me, then.
I'd be delighted.
What were the letters about?
If I knew how to read, I wouldn't be trusted to carry letters, would I? I took them from Menhart to the chief and back. That's all.
That's all I need to know for now.
For now, for the love of Christ, boy, don't let the executioner interrogate me. I already told you everything.
That's for Sir Radzig to judge.
Henry! I think old Straw's come for the brigand.
Step back from that Eden, young fella!
But you can't kill me! Not just like that!
Shut the fuck up, you weasel, and keep it fucking shut! You don't even get a say!
Calm down, Straw. He won't escape justice. After all, he's...
Don't stand in my way, Melikar!
Let Henry decide. He's the one who saved his life.
Let's talk about it.
To hell with that! That Orson killed my boy! He won't leave Merhayed alive!
I understand, Straw, truly. I lost my parents. They were slain in front of my eyes, and to the day I die, I'll never forgive myself for doing nothing to save them.
What of it? My parents are dead too. My father was kicked by a horse and took 2 weeks to die of it. But to outlive your own child, you don't know what you're talking about. That bastard is going nowhere.
Listen to me, Straw. That isn't going to help anyone. You're a decent man, not a killer. Think of your wife.
Oh, where's the justice in that? My boy cut down in his youth. Didn't even have a chance to marry. And that cutthroat swine left walking the earth.
Do you really want to defy your lords and masters?
If I have to. That son of a whore deserves to swing. If you don't have the balls for it, step aside and leave it to me.
I've got no time for your drunken babbling, Straw. That bandit is going with me, and if you try to stop me, you'll get hurt. Is that clear?
So that's your justice, is it? This fucker killed my boy, and now you want to kill me instead of him? A fine fucking argument. You can all go to hell.
Enough is enough. I'm really sick of upstarts who think the law doesn't apply to them. Don't tell me that you don't know everyone has to carry a light at night. This definitely won't come cheap. You'll learn crime doesn't pay.
All right, that's enough. Oh well, what...
Surrender! You're under arrest for breaking the law.
Yeah! 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 Yeah!
God be.
I'd like to...
And what? As.
I'd like to...
Uh-huh. And
Get my...
that.
I'm not giving you that much.
And.
Is...
That's a poor.
Agree?
That's not enough. You won't regret spending. Take care. Yeah.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Look out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Henry.
I'd like to know... That's all.
Glad to fucking see you, Henry.
How do you like it at the mill, Fritz? Gotta be better than the mines.
It's worse here than at Skalitz. There you could disappear without anyone noticing. But here...
But why would you want to disappear? Nimoy isn't here.
No, he's not. But the local foreman is an even bigger arse.
I'm not sure that's possible.
You better believe it. I'd like to pay him back for everything and drown him in the river.
Drown him? What's he done to you?
It was the first or the second day here. We had a disagreement and I told him off. And then, all of a sudden, we're fighting and that fucker just throws me in the river. I nearly drowned.
But how did you get out? I thought you couldn't swim.
I can't. They pulled me out. I was up to my waist in water.
I see. Well, I'd be pretty fucking angry too.
Exactly. I don't give a shit about anything around here, but that bastard's in need of a good trouncing.
I spoke with him briefly and he doesn't seem so horrible.
Then you ought to try working with him.
Who's Lawrence? Another mill hand?
Aye.
What about the others at the mill? Are they awful as well?
The miller's an old fool. He believes every word that comes out of Thomas's mouth. It's hopeless. And then there's the miller's daughter. She's a pretty lass, and kind with it. But what can she do? Nothing. Not that it stops Matthew gonna see her. But Thomas is the root of the problem.
Do you think he's jealous? Is she a sweetheart?
He might make puppy dog eyes at her, but most of the time he just struts about like a peacock. I really don't think she's the problem.
And what do you want to do about it? Do you think you can come to an agreement?
No fucking chance. Matthew hopes so because he likes it here. It's true the work's better than the mines, but the pay's worse.
So how do you plan on dealing with it? Leaving?
Perhaps. But first, I want to give Thomas a proper trouncing.
And you think that will help?
Maybe. Maybe it'll knock some sense into that fat head of his.
That might help.
So why don't you arrange a fight with him? If we win, he'll leave us alone.
What?
We could lure him off someplace far away and then wait for him. Maybe to play dice with Lawrence. He would have to go through the dark woods.
I'll think about your brawl with Elias. Your best friend settled the matter.
You're serious?
Absolutely. All you have to do is go to him and promise you'll pay the debt somehow.
We won't forget this. On my honor. Thanks.
See you later.
Greetings, Henry.
I've heard you don't have it easy here.
So you spoke to Fritz, then? I bet that wasn't quite how he put it.
No, not quite. Apart from Thomas's name, the rest was mostly swear words.
I can imagine. I've been hearing the same from him all week.
Always forcing you to work, is he?
If only. That wouldn't be so awful. But nothing we do is good enough for him. There's always some reason for him to yell at us.
I can imagine.
You know what it's like. We do too little, and it takes us too long, and what we eat's worth more than the work we've done, and it's no fun listening to that sort of shit day after day.
And the miller won't stick up for you. I would have thought all the yelling would drive him mad.
Not really. He trusts that loudmouth bastard more than us.
I see.
What's so stupid is the mill really needs us. They haven't had any hands here for quite a while, and the mill needs a lot of fixing.
And you definitely don't... You don't ever provoke him?
I've already told you once. He's an arsehole. I'd say there's nothing we can do about it. If he wants to yell at us, he'll yell at us.
Have you tried talking with him?
What do you think? But that just sets him off. He starts saying we're practically bandits, and what he's going to do about it. That gets Fritz going, and he starts yelling too, and...
I'd never have guessed he's like that.
Well, get a job here as a hand, and you'll soon.
And what does he do during the day?
Good one. He keeps his eye on everything, but his hand only touches the saw when the miller shows up, which...
Why?
The last time he did anything, he almost took his thumb off with a chisel. I wouldn't put an axe in those paws of his either. Aye, but at least you could sneak away from old Nemo.
And what do you want to do about it? Just run away?
Actually, I'd like to stay here, at least for a bit. I never would have thought I'd like working in a mill, but not with him around. It's unbearable, and there's no one I can complain to.
Me? Do you think they'll listen to me?
They did once already, didn't they?
Back then, making promises was enough.
You can forget about the miller. It's Thomas you need to convince. The miller takes his opinion seriously. So, will you do it for us?
Fine.
I'm glad. But try not to get on his wrong side.
I'll keep that in mind.
Take care.
Fresh bread. Coming. Man cannot live by bread alone, but he can't live without it either.
I am honoured that enough.
Are you happy with your new workers?
They're good carpenters, but someone constantly has to stand behind their backs and keep an eye on them.
Really?
Yes, yes. When I'm there with them, everything goes smoothly. But the moment I leave, I hear Thomas yelling at them.
I've heard.
I don't know what I'd do without Thomas. He keeps an eye on everything for me now. The mill wouldn't function without him.
But Thomas has problems with carpentry.
You're right. You should hear him cursing when he has to turn his hand to it. He knows he'll never be a real miller.
What, just because of that?
No. He's not too skilled at handling the water wheel and the mill run either. He can wield a shovel well enough, but otherwise I have to keep telling him how to do things.
So he's not been foreman too long then?
No. My son used to run the mill, but then his wagon overturned with him inside it. It'll be a year ago now, come spring.
I'm sorry.
Me too, boy. And after Martin was gone, the other workers left and only Thomas stayed. I don't know what I'd do without him.
What happened that day? Wagons don't overturn themselves.
He was transporting new stone blocks for the mill and he had to take a detour. Since the wagon was too heavy for the ford, it was after a downpour. The load must have slipped and the whole wagon fell on him. I pray it was quick.
So he was alone, with no one to help him?
Of course not. Thomas was there too. He helped Martin to load the wagon in Sasau, and both of them set off back.
Just the two of them? No one else was there?
No, they always did it that way. Martin didn't like dragging people where it wasn't necessary, when they could be doing work elsewhere. But if I had been there with them, maybe he'd still be alive. Thomas couldn't pull the wagon off him. He ran for help, but it was already too late.
I'm sorry, but I'm sure he's in God's kingdom now.
He was a good boy, a kind soul.
Have you been without carpenters for a while?
A long time. Since winter, it's been just me and Thomas.
Nobody stays around?
No. These days, it's hard to find a man you can rely on. Young lads today are bone idle. None of them wants to do an honest day's work.
And how many have actually worked here?
About half a dozen, maybe more. We always put up with them till the most urgent work was done.
And what about Jane? Shouldn't she have a husband by now?
What are you trying to say?
A pretty girl like her is ripe for marriage.
With a large dowry because she comes from a mill? Well, she had herself a man once, but he ran away during the winter. He wasn't up to the work either. You know, he was here for a while. But back then my son was a foreman and he was a kindly soul. Too kind. He never threw anyone out.
So everyone started leaving when Thomas took over?
Well, Thomas is a dog on slackers. And just as well. Maybe it's harsh, but that's what you need nowadays. If we don't mill, folk don't eat.
So the moment Thomas became mill foreman, everyone started running off? Not one man could stand it here, even if they had a chance to marry Jane. Don't you think Thomas might be doing it on purpose? Sounds to me like he's after the mill, or your daughter, or both.
That's not like him. He's a good man and straightforward. He knows I can always send for a new mill foreman.
And Jane?
Don't worry about her. She'll wed whoever I approve of, even Thomas if he asks for her hand. At least with him, I know he won't leave the mill.
Indeed, why would he, once he's got rid of everyone else?
That's enough. I don't know why you're trying to slander Thomas, but I don't mean to listen to it any longer. Good luck to you.
I heard what you asked my father. You can't expect help from him. He's none too sharp these days.
And can you help me?
No. Nobody listens to me. But I wanted to say that Thomas does do it on purpose. He did it the same way before.
Why?
Because he's afraid if someone comes who's more skilled, Father will notice and give his job to the newcomer.
And your father lets him? Can't he settle this?
He probably could, but he doesn't want to. My brother was the mill foreman before him, but last year a wagon overturned on him, broke his back. It broke my father too. And Thomas was here the longest. He was always close to my brother, so Father chose him as the mill foreman.
What happened to your brother?
And what does that have to do with it?
I don't know. You mentioned it, so I was just wondering.
There's not much to tell. A stone block that was loaded wrong, slippery ground after...
What do you mean, no one? Surely he wasn't alone.
No, he had Thomas with him. But Thomas couldn't lift the wagon off him, and by the time he found help it was too late. And as if that wasn't bad enough...
Someone robbed him after he was...
I don't know. But they took a mottled scarf which I gave him as a keep.
But who'd steal a scarf?
Why are you asking me?
I'm sorry about what happened.
Me too.
And Thomas doesn't listen to anyone. Can't you persuade him?
No. He keeps looking my way and tries to be nice, but he doesn't care what I've got to say.
And this probably won't end well. I understand.
God be with you.
So what do you think about the workers?
If I hadn't put in a good word for them, the miller would have thrown them out by...
It's good they have some... I heard you were with the miller's son when the wagon fell on him.
What of it?
Well, I just heard some talk and I wanted to get the story straight from you.
Talk? From who?
I heard some gossip about it at the alehouse. What happened? Was it really lightning that scared the horses?
What? No, there wasn't any storm. It was just the road was muddy, and so we rode closer to the edge of it.
It's a real stroke of bad luck, isn't it?
Tell me about it. If I'd been behind the wagon, it would have fallen on me too.
Why did only 2 of you go?
He always did it that way. 2 people are enough for the trip, and if we needed an extra pair of hands, we could always find some local. Do you think I don't know that? I couldn't move the wagon on my own, so I went looking for help.
I'm sorry.
Me too. Me too. I didn't want to be the mill foreman, but the last thing he ever said to me, the very last thing he ever asked of me, was to take care of the mill.
And I heard someone robbed him.
Robbed? What kind of nonsense is that?
I heard he was missing something when they brought him back.
What? I don't remember anything.
He had a scarf with him.
Really? I don't know. Maybe he lost it on the way. Or it sank into the mud. Yes, that's probably it. It's still buried there somewhere.
Well, I hope he's resting in peace.
Amen.
Lawrence from Budine sends word that he has some time at night and some groschen.
Lawrence from Budine. The Wren.
Ah, you have it all mixed up. Peshek is from the Ratai mill.
Oh, you're right. I do have it mixed up. And Lawrence, you say?
Yes, Lawrence.
Well, I have a lot of work now, so...
About those 2.
Yeah.
But you need the help anyway. And they're pretty handy.
Maybe. But they're in no danger of overworking themselves. They act like they're too good for the mill. And I saw them eyeing up Jane.
Nothing strange about that. She's a pretty girl, and she's of an age to marry.
It's not marriage they've got on their minds. They'd have their way with her, then before her belly started to grow, they'd have run for the hills.
Look, we can reach an agreement. You need the mill fixed, they need the money. If they have peace to do their work, they'll be able to finish it faster.
But...
And then they'll take their groschen and leave. The mines will open again, and the faster they get their money, the quicker they'll be gone.
But do you really think I can trust them to do it? Will they do their work and leave? And leave Jane alone in the meantime?
Of course. They're not interested in the mill. They just need the coin to pay their debts. Once they've got enough, they'll have no reason to stay here.
I never thought we could sort it out this way.
I've known them for a long time, and you can rely on them when it comes to this. Everybody will be better off.
All right. If they keep their part of the bargain, I'll even give them a few extra groschen. But woe betide them if they don't. You can tell them that. Farewell.
Hey, Henry.
I spoke with the miller's daughter.
It's a shame her father won't listen to her. She knows all about Thomas, but...
Her father doesn't believe her.
He reckons it's just a woman's fancy. He probably thinks she's smitten with one of us.
It took some doing, but I made a deal with him.
I'm glad to hear it. So we can stay here? He'll leave us be?
He'll leave you alone, but there are conditions. Once you finish your job, you'll vanish from here. But you'll get an extra groschen or two for your troubles.
And that's it? I thought... Never mind.
Oh, and you're to stop dallying with the miller's daughter. Keep on mucking about with her and you'll muck things up for yourselves.
The fucking bastard. He can go fuck himself. He'd better give us enough groschen to make it worth it. But I suppose I should thank you. You may have bought us some peace and quiet, and that's better than nothing. Here's something for your help. Good luck, then.
Glad to fucking... God be with you.
To me! Wait.
I'm glad to
I've come for my winnings.
All right. Here's your winnings. Damn it. There'll be another tourney in a week or so. Are you going to give me a chance to win my groschen back?
We'll see. Thanks. About betting on the tourney, I'd be interested.
I'm glad to hear it. A nice little wager. Goodbye.
What's the matter, laddie? Need a shit?
Vegetables, fruits, apples, cucumbers, onions. Come get them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Father, Vincent of Merhoyed sent me to you.
What's the matter, my son?
I'm bringing Vincent's last will and testament.
Almighty Father, be merciful. What happened?
Master Vincent has been taken seriously ill. A disease has spread in Merhoyed.
Yes, I did hear that people asked, but Vincent is still alive?
Yes, for now.
Let us hope the good Lord will leave him here with us a while.
Thank you, Father.
May the Lord watch over you.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to see you, lad. Sir Hanush told me you won his tourney. Good job, Henry.
May I be of service, my lord?
Yes, Henry. Chief Engineer Fafar has been asking for someone reliable to assist him.
The chief engineer? Is it about Scallots?
In a manner of speaking. Master Fafar has, well, evil forebodings. I think he may want to send you to the Scallots mines.
Can they really be restored?
Everything can be rebuilt with enough will and resources. Well, everything except a man. You'll get the details from Chief Engineer Fafar. For the time being, consider yourself his handyman.
Certainly. Where do I find him? Is he here in the castle?
Where? Now that's a good question. He ought to be somewhere at Perkstein unless he's gone off to deal with some problem or other. Look around. You're bound to run into him.
Well, thank you. I'll go and see him straight away.
Good luck, Hal. God be with you. The Lord be praised.
I've returned from Merhoyed, sir.
How does it look there?
I brought them help from the monastery. Brother Nicodemus and Johanka from Skalitz. Fortunately, Nicodemus was able to cure the disease. Well, at least what he's doing looks promising so far.
Thank Christ. Some good news for a change. What about the captive? Did you question him?
He was infected too.
I see. Did he survive?
Fortunately, he survived and I had a chance to question him.
What did you find out?
He was transporting the false coins to Pribyslavitz. He got them from some merchant called Menhart.
I don't know him.
Neither do I. But I know where the money's handed over. It's not far from Rovna, and this Menhart should be waiting there about now.
Excellent, Henry. We mustn't let this opportunity slip through our fingers. You go there and put pressure on this Menhart to tell us what he knows. Don't go yet. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Good luck, then. You haven't disappointed me. Nothing against Bernard, Robert, or any of those others. But none of them could find out as much as you. At least not without beatings and torture. And that doesn't always work. You're a godsend, lad.
Thank you, sir.
Now go and find out who's behind everything, and then we'll deal with them.
Yes, sir. Sir.
What is it?
Sometimes I ask myself what it all means. Why does God allow such things to happen? All this slaughter and revenge, over and over.
It's a hard question. I'm no theologian. But long ago I came to the conclusion that the only thing that makes sense is that it's all a trial. Life is one long series of problems to solve. The more you solve, the better a man you become.
I never thought about it that way.
Well, just look at the pampered ones who have no concerns in life, like young Lord Capon, for instance. I shudder to think how he will rule when his time comes. Tribulations spawn in life over and over again, and we must stand our ground and face them. So, I go to Sasso and solve this one.
You can rely on me, sir.
Good luck, son.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Good God, what a bloody mess. This one won't be going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll slay you, you scum.
I'm gonna enjoy.
Yo! Is that all you got?
Oh, son.
Come here, Lily Liver.
You'll get what for! Thunder! Bring it up! You gonna cry now? I'll slaughter you. Ow! Not a good Take move. That. Is that the best you can do? You'll get what for! Come here, Lily Liver. Yeah. What's the matter? Come on!
Bollocks! You'll die for that!
Don't wake up the knees.
Is that all you've got? Come here. Benji, straight out. Gun. Cut. Is that the best you can do? Take that! Bring it on!
Is that all you've...
Way off! Come! Yeah! Here!